So, distinguished faculty members, industry colleagues and students, it's my pleasure to welcome you here tonight to the industry event at Macquarie University. My name's Steve Elbourn and I'm the Director of ITIC, and ITIC has been working closely with Macquarie University over the last 12 months in particular, and over the last 3 years. Started out with a couple of students coming through our internship program, and then we've built that into a strong relationship, which I'm very pleased with, and I thank Macquarie University for such great support in working with us. So what I'd like to talk about tonight is just our experience and how universities, students and industry benefit from collaboration and working together. So just as a summary, and based on our experience over the last 12 months, firstly, ITIC, our aim in this process is to bridge the gap between academia and industry. And we've implemented programs within our own organisation, and we've actually leveraged the strong talent pipeline of students coming out from university and brought them into our own software development business. We've actually hired 4 Macquarie University students over the last 12 months, which has been a fantastic result. So what do we see from a student perspective? So through the workshops and the hackathons and the actual work integrated learning program that we run, students benefit from additional skills that they wouldn't otherwise have access to, as well as the work experience that comes through the work integrated learning program. What that helps them to do is at the end of the program and before graduation, they can update their CVs with relevant work experience and skills that then helps them to stand out in the job market when they hit the the graduate process of trying to find graduate opportunities within large organisations. From a university perspective, I was honoured to have the pleasure of joining the Industry Advisory Board at Macquarie University earlier this year, and it had helped me to get a good insight into what the university cares about, and that's around student employability and opportunities, because ultimately the more successful the students are, the better the reputation of the university. And it's all being measured. My friend here, Steve Norrie, who's sitting there in the second row, works for Data 61, and the Ribbit platform is actually being developed to monitor that employability outcome for students. So it's being measured, and universities are being measured against one another as far as the employability outcomes. For industry, I mean, first and foremost, social responsibility. So how can we help the students, how can we give back to them, and how can we connect them, give them the opportunities to learn new skills and connect them with industry to help them on that journey. But from an industry perspective, as a business owner, as I said, the opportunity to connect with up-and-coming talent, smart minds, people who we can identify as a good fit within our business, and we do that over a 3-month period. So it's effectively like a 3-month job interview. We get to know the students, we get to work with them, as opposed to looking at a CV and having a 30-minute chat and trying to make a decision out of that. So for industry, it's actually a really powerful tool when it comes to succession planning and building your pipeline of new talent coming into your organisation. So what's our journey look like? So we've been very active with the university this year. It's been a wonderful experience to work with all of the professors and the leaders of the faculty. So what we did from the beginning of this year, we've tried to run a technical workshop pretty much every 6 weeks or so to give the students different skills and knowledge, and have that opportunity not just to connect through industry via our work integrated learning, but actually have the people from industry come and visit them, and so that they can get to know them face to face. So we've been running technical workshops from the beginning of the year. In July, we had a large hackathon, which was intelligence-led policing. Huge event. We had more than 200 people, and it was a great success. From August, we started our work integrated learning for second semester. We had the most number of students so far, which was 21 people coming through ITIC this semester, which was a great result. And one of the software developers, as part of the competitive process and as incentive to the students coming through, we hired the best performing student at the end of that into our software business. And most importantly, and the biggest thing that's happened this year, is we provided Macquarie University with a research grant for a project entitled AI-enabled teaching and learning. And as part of that, we joined the AIP Research Centre, which Dr. Amin's the director of, and faculty from Macquarie University are a part of, as well as UNSW and University of Wollongong. Okay, so just to go through and talk about what we've done from an industry perspective to help the students. So one of the amazing things that I found this semester in reaching out to the industry contacts that I have is an overwhelming willingness of those people to actually give back to the students and to help to guide them and mentor them. So, you know, we had Jackie Kerno, who's a partner of the cybersecurity practice at EY, Gavin White, who's the chief data scientist at Deloitte, Steve Norrie, who I'll point out again, who's the head of data science at Data61 Cyro, Mohamed Nabulsi, who's the senior architect at AWS, and Branko Ninkovic, who's the New South Wales chair of ASA, which is the Australian Information Security Association. So we've been able to connect to our industry contacts and bring them in to come and help the students. And as I said, it's been an overwhelming response and willingness from those people to come and work with us. So then in July we had the Hackathon. As I said, it was a great event. I'll just play a short video just so you can get an idea of the scale and what went on. So ITIC was the diamond sponsor for the Hackathon, and many other partners were also involved. So what we did was we framed the Hackathon, which was a 2-day event, with technical sessions on either side. So we had people coming in, and this is our tech sessions that we did on the Wednesday. We had people come in, and then Thursday we kicked off with the Hackathon. You can see we filled an auditorium, and it was a fantastic event that the students in particular really enjoyed, and it perpetuated on social media for months afterwards. As part of the event, we had a panel, industry panel, talking to the students, and then we had a competitive process where the students presented one of the 3 challenges, and I had the pleasure of being on the judging panel for that amongst Microsoft and AWS and Tata Consulting, and we got to choose the winners of each of the sections. So that was a really memorable and fantastic event that we had the pleasure of participating in. So then we have our work integrated learning program. So as I said, semester 2 was the biggest by far. We had 21 students, and we had majority from Macquarie, but we also had students come in from UNSW. We had 2 students from UNSW, one from UTS and one from University of Wollongong, who participated at different times throughout the 3-month period. We had 11 people come into our software development program. So they actually worked on a new product that we've been developing and helped develop. So we split them into front-end and back-end teams, and they helped our software development team to build out some of the functions within the platform. And as I said, at the end of it, we hired Hamza, who was the best performing student throughout the program. IT networking and network security, our core bread and butter, foundational IT, so we had 8 students working in there, and then they had opportunities to work both in ITIC as well as go out to external host companies. And in data science, which is a new program that we've kicked off in conjunction with the research project that we're working on, we had 3 students as a pilot. So just to give you an idea of the internship program that we run. So this is what ITIC looks like. We've got a large training centre in the heart of the CBD. We have training rooms, and we also have our supplementary businesses around software development, IT help desk and data science. So we ran an induction initially for all the students coming through. And then what we did is we got them to break out into their individual groups in networking and network security, software development and data science. So that's actually Durga, who's one of the other Macquarie students who's now working full-time at ITIC. And you'll see coming up next Shashank, who was the software developer that we hired after semester 1. So the program goes for 13 weeks. We have a full semester of the students working with us, and it's a great opportunity for those of you from an industry background who are looking to participate in the program as a mechanism to bring people into your organisation. I won't make you watch the whole thing. So what's our program consist of? So we've got 4 main streams, and what they are the ones that we've identified as areas of high demand and areas where we find that there's potentially a skills shortage coming up. So the idea is we guide the students into the areas where they're most likely to be successful in getting a job afterwards. And that's obviously if they're interested in those areas. But they're the key areas that we focus on around fundamental or foundational IT, which is around network and network security. We have our software development program, which has been highly successful, that we've run throughout the engagement with Macquarie. Cyber security, and then also data science. So as I said, that's tied into our research project, and we're kicking off a full-blown program from next semester, or semester 1 2020. So how does the program work? So first we take the high grading students, and we have a 3-step evaluation process. So the first filter is when they come in. We look at their marks. We train them in technical skills, soft skills and operational readiness. So we actually partner with the host companies that we're going to send the students to try and get them ready or job ready. And then the ideal outcome is that the large companies that we partner with, ultimately the outcome is if the students are successful during the internship program, that the company will hire them at the end of that. So what's the outcome for our industry partners? One is that we eliminate the company overheads for onboarding and hiring of new graduates and interns. So we give companies the opportunity to let ITIC do the legwork and then pass over the students that we feel are the best candidates for your requirements, but also bringing into it the operational readiness so that we show the students the processes and procedures and complete some of that onboarding process. And if you're interested in becoming a host company, please feel free to reach out. We'd love to talk to you. As I said, one of the biggest developments for this year is the research grant. So ITIC's committed $250K over 4 years to bring in a PhD research student in the AI-enabled teaching and learning project. And as part of that, we've become a member of the AIP Research Centre. And it's quite an honour to be in amongst the mix of exceptional academics and other industry leaders who I can see sitting in the audience here, a couple of them right in front of me. So it's an honour to be amongst you gentlemen in particular. So ITIC is the industry stream lead for education, and number 17 out on the board there, Charanya, our PhD research student, has been working hard on developing our first prototype, which automates the marking process for teachers using a grouping process where once they mark a particular paper as correct, any other paper that matches that is then also marked correct. So the aim of the project is to cut down on marking time, hopefully by around 70%. I won't make you watch the full video, but we did do a AIP Research Centre video. So we've got the web address there, and this is available on YouTube at the ITIC YouTube channel. And there's Dr. Amin, who's the founder and director of the AIP Research Centre, who's hiding over there on the right-hand side, introducing the Research Centre. And we go through and talk about, developing novel ways of using AI-enabled process to use that to simplify and automate process within business. So I recommend that in your spare time, have a look at that. So ITIC is a training organisation, but it's also a software development business, and one of the things that we do is develop software platforms that we then market to large organisations. So one of the main things that we do is around automation of migration between on-prem to cloud. So we've got some software tools that we've developed over the last 5 years that large telcos and service providers use to migrate their customers into their cloud platforms. One of the things that we're doing in our software development business, and it's part of what the students worked on last semester, is the VAM Bishan platform. So VAM Bishan is virtual ambition, and what it is taking everything that we've learned in real work experience and work integrated learning programs and moving that across into a virtualized platform. So any student or anyone who wants to transition in their career or anyone from overseas can get a virtual work experience virtual work experience opportunity online. So VAM Bishan is about to launch at the end of this year, so we'll be making that available to the students coming through the internship platform as a supplementary resource. And we actually are trialling it at another university as well as a pilot program, so we're really excited about that. The other areas where you can have a look at if you'd like to know more, so as I said, part of our business is training and resourcing. But we've split out our branding into 3 main areas now. So ITIC.ai is where we're going to publish our progress on the AIP research projects and other things that we're doing around machine learning. ITIC Systems is where we have our professional services and software development information. And ITIC Live is where you'll find information about our work integrated learning programs. And finally, one of the really important things that we're going to be doing next year, and we're currently going through the process of accreditation, is to implement a professional year program within ITIC. So what this will do is give students coming through on their master's program and doing their work integrated learning at ITIC the opportunity then to continue on with us and participate in the Australian Computer Society Professional Year program. So we're really excited about that. So finally, if there's any questions, feel free to come and see me at the networking session at the end. I've got a pocket full of business cards, so I'm happy to have a chat and catch up with anyone who's interested afterwards. And if you'd like to connect with us, we're on Facebook, Twitter and LinkedIn, so feel free to do so. So thank you very much. Really appreciate the opportunity to talk tonight. Sorry it was a bit longer than I intended, but I'm glad that I had the opportunity to present, and we're really pleased to be able to sponsor this event. So thank you very much, and I'll hand back to Steve.